Florida State was snubbed from the college football playoff last year. Let's just be honest about that. But what's done is done. We can't go back and change the past, and I don't think the invention of a time machine will ever work. But that's not talking about college football. What is college football? What is factual is the fact that this was one of the best pass defenses in the country last year. They only allowed 14.3 completions per game. Opponents completed less than 50% of their passes on this Florida State secondary. And Florida State sacked opponents 3.1 times per game. And they return players like Patrick Payton, who could be an All-American this year. He had almost 15 tackles for loss. Darrell Jackson Jr. and Joshua Farmer should make up a great interior defensive tackle room. Marvin Jones Jr. is transferring in from Georgia. We'll see how he works in with this scheme, how he is utilized, but highly recruited at Georgia, upper-level 4-star, 5-star talent, a blue chipper, and with Patrick Payton on the other side, he should be able to wreak havoc on defenses, on opposing offensive tackle rooms. At linebacker, we have DJ Lundy, who is a returning contributor, an incoming Auburn transfer, Cam Riley. And at the secondary, Azariah Thomas and Fentrell Cypress II make up one of the best cornerback duos, starting cornerback duos in all of college football. Devontae Brown, Shaheem Brown, and Earl Little Jr. Those are the safeties / nickelbacks. Buck is a linebacker safety hybrid. That is the position that Devontae Brown occupies. Free safety is Shaheem Brown, and Earl Little Jr., an incoming transfer from Alabama, is the nickelback of this team. Last year, Florida State was top 25 in multiple categories, and before their Orange Bowl loss to Georgia, they were top 10 in multiple categories. Florida State last year only allowed 18.2 opponent offensive points per game. That was 13th nationally. They were 16th in opponent points per play, 23rd in opponent yards per play, and they were outside of the top 100 in takeaways. They didn't have a Michigan or Penn State or Clemson type defense taking away the ball multiple times and giving their offenses constant drives to try and feed off of. Clemson failing at that, Penn State also failing at that, Michigan being really the only offense to capitalize on their defense's success at creating takeaways. Florida State's offense created really only one takeaway per game, occasionally two, which isn't that much. But they were impressive, again, at defending the pass. Their weakness was in stopping the run. They allowed 4.2 yards per carry, which was outside the top 50. Opponents ran on them for 36.5 average attempts per game and gained about 150 yards, 152.9 exactly. They returned 57% of the production from the 2023 unit, the 2024 Seminoles do, and I think their best players are defensive tackle Joshua Farmer, defensive end Patrick Payton, cornerback Azariah Thomas, and cornerback Fentrell Cypress II. Farmer and Payton had more than 5 sacks each, at least one forced fumble, and at least 7 tackles for loss. Patrick Payton having 14.5 tackles for loss, which is incredibly impressive. Thomas and Cypress had double digits in total tackles. Thomas with 29, Cypress with 40. They each had at least a tackle for loss or more. Cypress had 8 passes defended and a forced fumble. Thomas had 10 passes defended and a forced fumble as well. These defenders are aggressive. They are mean, and they're well coached. And while they didn't have many interceptions last year or that many fumble recoveries either, they are stout. And Florida State last year had a very bend but don't break defense. And you see that with the fact that they were 31st in opponent yards per game, giving up about 340.2 yards per game, but they only gave up 18.2 offensive points per game. And they played not just an ACC schedule, which some will say, well, that's why they did so well, Sam. They shut down Jaden Daniels and LSU. They held them to 2 fourth down failures inside the 10. They had 2 goal line stops against that awesome LSU offense. They did very well against Louisville without Jordan Travis and also without Tate Rodemaker, who was suffering a head injury, and Travis was out for the season by then. They did a respectable job against Florida on defense, and if they didn't opt out against Georgia, they could have done some damage, I think, against Georgia's offense, but we'll never know that. Case in point, Florida State, pay attention to them. Do not overlook them. They may have the best, and definitely will have one of the best defenses in college football. Mike Norvell is getting his team better and better and more equipped for the SEC or the Big Ten if they go there, or just more equipped to face them when they inevitably will have to if they want to win a national championship. They're getting more talented every year, tougher every year, more athletic every year. And I'll talk about their offense at some point as well. Not in this video, but their defense, it's legit. Thank you for watching this cut of Touchdown Talk. Remember to like the video to help this channel get into the algorithm and grow as we approach the 2024 season. And also subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you can participate in our giveaway at 20,000 subscribers. Help us to grow, join this awesome community, and also be notified when we release new content here on College Football with Sam. I would like to thank my Patreon members for sponsoring this video and channel. A shout out to Crash2488 and Brasco Rascal for being $25 a month Heisman members. A shout out to $10 a month American members, all American members, Chris Lane, Connor Little OH, and Ismar. And a shout out to $5 all conference members, John Lynn, Roaming Gnome, Matthew Sale, Austin Christmas, and Janisha Cockrell. Have a great day, guys, and we will see you soon. Bye.